So at Semikron, we always try and push innovation. Today we're here to talk about time to market and the effects that stacks can have on time to market. I'm joined here on the stand by Timo Gassauer, Product Marketing Manager.
Hello, James.
And Paul Newman, Semikron UK Managing Director.
Hello, James.
Anyway, let's make a start. Timo, at Semikron, we are really beating the drum of time to market. Tell me what we mean. What do we mean when we say time to market?
Time to market is a very important concept. We at Semikron, we see that, especially in new emerging markets, we see a high market dynamics. So that means that especially for battery charging, for energy storage, for smart grids and all, that things are moving very, very fast and very quick. So that is in technology changes, but also in market volatility. So that's why we want to address these problems, these difficulties on time to market with the time to market concept.
But really, Timo, what exactly does time to market mean for our customers? How can you explain that?
Yes, so for that we have the power electronic stacks. And power electronic stacks provide several benefits to our clients. One is that we provide off-the-shelf products. So that can be based on a data sheet. We provide very quick delivery times from the standardized qualified platforms, qualified products on the one side. Other side, we also have in our production locations, we have application engineers just waiting for the customers for discussion about how to optimize these stacks based on what we have already in place. And here we can act very quick to the market demands and to the demands of the customer.
Paul, thinking about what you've seen over the last 20 years, when people use a power module, what do you think their time to market might be?
Easily a year and a half, 2 years, really, to get something from the initial concept through to qualification.
Okay.
And I'm assuming that's really what we're trying to address here, is to get that qualification and time to market down. And what about the cost level, costing of the overall system?
Costing is an important factor. So because we have our global network of power electronic stacks and 40 years of experience, we have a lot of experience already in building designs, and we're trying to keep all our developments based on existing designs and the existing qualification results. And of course, this guarantees a reduced cost of development. And in outsourcing the development factor into in buying power electronic stacks, we don't need to make this 2 years development. So overall, the whole life cycle, you save many costs.
But then there's still the other aspects. There's the cubicalization, the control. I mean, other big factors that Semikron really don't address and help here. So does that benefit really come through?
Right. Our core competence is power electronics and power electronic stacks. However, we are aware that especially for these emerging markets, there are the need of the customer in this area. And here we are partnering with a company called National Instruments with their control hardware. They aligned the interfaces with our power electronic stacks. So our customers can buy our power electronic stacks off the shelf, but also the National Instruments control unit off the shelf, also short delivery times, and just can plug and play and start programming immediately.
Okay, so this really does address almost the whole specification, the whole requirement from start to finish.
Yes.
And I got one more question. Paul mentioned 1.5 years if you're using a module. We're talking about a stack here. What do you think is achievable from a customer perspective?
Good question.
So let's say we take the power electronic stacks. Let's say we optimize it based on the customer needs. We do need to some testing. We do work together with the customer and using also, let's say, the off-the-shelf product from National Instruments the customer is using. We could have a system running in around 6 months instead of the 2 years. So 4 times time saving in this case.
And presumably more rugged as well.
Exactly. Both products, so our power electronic stacks, are qualified according standards and experience we gained in the last 40 years. But also if the customer requests, we can also make a full qualification depending on their specification and their demand. So that's really, we are reducing or we are guaranteeing the customer manageable risk for their business solutions.
You talked about our 40-year experience and building everything to the standards. Yeah. I'm just wondering, are there really standards now existing for these markets that we're looking for?
There are certain UL certifications requirements, ISO certifications requirements. This depends from the market to market. That's why we don't provide a full, we don't do it right up front. We discuss with our customers together what is a perfect solution, what is a perfect match, and their demand. So it doesn't require a full set of qualifications together with laboratories and so on. We specify together customer and customize it according to their needs, which shorten time again.
So we're using standard building blocks right from the input through to the conversion and the control to give a turnkey solution with very limited risk.
That's exactly the idea.
Okay, brilliant. So now I've got a better understanding what we mean with time to market. I think if people are trying to get into emerging markets and they want to get a jump ahead of their competitors, talking to us is definitely worth it.
Absolutely.
Good.
Right.
Thanks
very
guys.
much. Thank you.
Thank you.